This year marks the 10-year anniversary of the Azure Striker Gunvolt series, and with it, I would like to discuss where the series can go from here. I've come up with 6 possible ideas for where the next game can happen, but before that, I would like to put a disclaimer. There will be spoilers for the entire mainline Gunvolt series, so viewer discretion is advised. Game Concept 1, Gunvolt 2.5. This game would directly follow the events of Gunvolt 2, where we get more light on what Zhao's plans are. I could see Nori and maybe even Meitel being the support cast, which would allow Anthem to still be a mechanic. Maybe a new villain is after the Diva's son, and that's why Zhao steps in. I honestly have no idea what Zhao's gameplay loop would be, but since he represents the Tortoise, I imagine it would be a bit closer to Luminous Avenger IX2 than any other character. Or maybe Meitel would be the playable character, because of the secret ending of Gunvolt 3. And Gunvolt most likely would just have a background role, since his story is already finished. Game Concept Number 2, Gunvolt 4. There are 2 ways this game could go. The first way is that this would directly follow Gunvolt 3 and have Kieran looking for Gunvolt. Kieran would essentially just have a level pack gameplay-wise, maybe a couple more mechanics added, and if Zed made an appearance, then he would likely play a supporting role in this game. Or they could have you choose which of the 2 you want to play as before starting a new level. Maybe Gunvolt has reincarnated but loses his memory until much later. The second way, and in my opinion, the more likely option, is that Inti Creates completely disregards Gunvolt 3 and reboots the series again. Gunvolt reincarnates and still loses all of his memories, but there's a whole new world set up and a completely new cast. I think it really depends on how long between Gunvolt 3 and Gunvolt 4. Game Concept 3, Gunvolt Chronicles, Luminous Avenger IX3. This game would directly follow Luminous Avenger IX2, and Kohaku and Null would be dimension hopping with Copen. This game could possibly be set in multiple dimensions, with the 3 of them going back to the main timeline and encountering main timeline Copen, with, in the end, with him maybe going back to his Gunvolt 1 look, since we've already had 2 mainline games with the Gunvolt 2 Copen look. Gameplay-wise, Copen would most likely be a mix of IX2 and IX1. I imagine the Razor Wheel would grant significantly more kudos to justify its existence, and your 1 board dash would be refunded on contact with enemies and walls. Maybe they let you get a second one later on as an upgrade. In my opinion, the most interesting part would be after you beat main timeline Copen, you would unlock a game mode where you play as him with all the Gunvolt 1 EX weapons, which would be a personal dream of mine. Game Concept 4, Azure Striker Blade. Without a doubt, the gameplay would be the opposite of Gunvolt 3 Gunvolts, with the meter slowly building up and you have to use abilities to lower it before it reaches the top, causing you to go into Berserk mode. Think Metroid Prime 3's Hyper mode. As for the plot, this would probably follow the events of Luminous Avenger IX1 and have Blade rebuilding a place where the humans and adepts can live together in peace. Then boom, a new group of adepts trying to ruin the balance. Game Concept 5, Azure Striker Asimov. Picture this. Azure Striker Gunvolt 1 just finished, and we have Asimov laying there. But then we go into his mind and see his life recapped. This game would show the lore of Brill's founding and how we got to the events of Gunvolt 1, with the ending possibly having Gunvolt as the main boss. Gameplay-wise, I'm not sure how they would separate Asimov's gameplay from Gunvolt's gameplay, but Inti Creates could find a way to separate the 2 of them. Game Concept 6, Azure Striker Gunvolt, Fleeting Memories, the game. This game would just follow the plot of the book, but instead of ending it on a cliffhanger like the book does, the game would actually finish the story. While it would have been really easy to just give every Gunvolt 3 playable character their own Gunvolt Chronicle games, I wanted to go into a different route and play into the existing lore. This is my first longer video, so thank you for watching.